So it will going to give one line of space, and whatever we are going to write in a next CO statement, that will be displayed on the next line of a output screen. IO in the sense what? I represents input and O represents output here. So here the setW manipulator will going to set the width of the field that we are going to assign for the output. Hello everyone, welcome back to the second session on 9th chapter, that is input and output operators. I am Rohini TS, lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram Pre-University College, Mysuru. So in the previous session of this chapter, we learned about the introduction part of this chapter. That means what? Why we require input and output, how the stream will going to work. So when it comes to the stream is nothing but what? It is a collection of bytes which is moving from source to destination. Okay, and we have two types of stream, that is input stream and output stream. So stream, so there we have two types. So one is input stream and another one is output stream. So we have two kinds of streams. So stream is mainly what? It is a movement of a bytes or a collection of a bytes from source to destination, from one position to another position. It can be either input or output. Okay, but when you want to use both input and output together in your program, then you have to include an header file called iostream.h. That is what? iostream. IO in the sense what? I represents input and O represents output here. So if you want to use C in and C out in your program, then you are going to use iostream.h header file. And also we had a discussion regarding input operator. That is what? This operator will going to specify the input operation. So here we have a input operator. That is what? That is an extraction operator that we can call. And we have a cout. That along with that cout object, we are going to use a output operator. That is insertion operator. Okay. So in order to take the input, we are going to use the extraction operator, and in order to take the output, we are going to use the insertion operator. And we also discussed about cascading of input and output operators. If you want to use both the input and output operator more than one time in a single line of input or output statement, then that format we are going to call it as cascading. For example, in Cin. So Cin is mainly used to take input values, right? But what if I want to take more than one value in a single Cin statement? That is what we are going to call that as a cascading. Okay. So here what we are doing, I'm taking two variables, that is A and B. These are the input that we are giving. But I'm using this operator, that is input operator, more than once in a single Cin statement. I can call this as what? Cascading of input operator. If I'm doing the same thing for output, that is for cout statement, then we are going to call that as what? Cascading of output operators. So in our today's session, we are going to learn about formatted output, that is also called as what? Manipulators. How my output should reach to the user and how it should look like on the screen. So just what we are going to manipulate, or we are going to format the output format. That is what we are going to call that as formatting of the output, and for that we are going to use manipulators. Okay, and also I am going to discuss some of the example program in order to make use of this cascading of the input and output, along with that, and how we are going to use the Cin and cout statement in our program, that is input and output operator in our program, that I am going to discuss in today's sessions. Formatted output, that is also called as what? Manipulators. So why we are going to format the output? That must reach out to the users. Okay, it should be in some format, then only we will get to know that yes, this is the exact value for this output or something like that. So it has to be in some order or a standard. For that purpose, for the convenience of the user, in order to get the output in a proper manner, we are going to use this formatted output. Okay, that is also called as manipulators. Then what is manipulators here? So manipulators are the operators. So manipulators are the operator here. Already we have learned about what is an operand and what is an operator. So operators are nothing but it is just a symbol. Okay. So manipulators are the operator. We are going to use with the insertion operator. So with which object we are going to use the insertion operator? That is exactly with cout, right? So in cout, that is nothing but what? Console output that must be related to output stream. So when you want to have a formatting of the output, if you want to make some manipulation on the output, then we are going to use some of the operator. That operators are called manipulators. We are going to use that manipulator in the cout statement along with that insertion operation or insertion operator in order to format the data which is going to be displayed on the screen. Okay. So here we have some of the manipulators. So among that we are going to discuss with the most commonly used manipulator, that is end L and set W. Okay. End L manipulator and we have a set W manipulator. Okay. So now let me tell you an example here. Cout. So we know how we are going to write the data in the cout, that is console output, right? So along with this insertion operator, I just want to take some of the character, that is group of character. I can call that as a stream or I can call that as a string that must be enclosed between the double quotes. Okay, hi and cout hello. So these are the two statements I have in my program. Okay. So in first cout statement, what I have hi, and in cout second statement I have hello. But here I am not formatting anything. So when it comes to the output screen, how it going to look like? So it will be like hi. Along with that, it will going to display hello. But I have written it in a different line or in the different cout statement. But here I have not used any of the end of the line format. I am not specifying the format of that particular output line. So that in order to make the manipulation of the output which is going to be displayed on the screen as an output, we can manipulate it or we can format it. For that we are going to use end L and set W. Okay. So here I have hi and hello as my cout statement. Here I want this hi to be in the first line and hello to be in the next line. So let me write the output hi and hello. I want the output to be like this. So hi must be in one line and hello must be in another line. Then how we are going to do that? With the help of this end L manipulator. End L in the sense end of the line manipulator. So when you are specifying that end L in the cout statement, whatever you are going to take in the next line of the cout statement, that will going to be displayed as the new line statement in the output screen. So for that we are going to use this end L manipulator. Okay, it is just of the same purpose as \n. So this is one of the escape sequence that specifies whatever we are going to write in the statement, that is output statement, along with this \n. Whatever you are going to write in the next cout statement will be displayed on the next line of that statement in the output screen. For that purpose, we are going to use this \n. So in the same way, if you want to have the statement to be displayed on the next line of the previous line, then we are going to use this end L operator. Okay. So here the end L manipulator, when used in the output statement, it will going to be used in the output statement only, and it will going to cause us a line feed to be inserted. So it will going to give one line of space, and whatever we are going to write in a next cout statement, that will be displayed on the next line of a output screen. Okay. So it will going to perform, or it will going to have the same effect as we are going to use a escape character or a new line character, that is \n. So for this purpose, we are going to use cout. Let me show you how this end L manipulator will going to work. Cout. Here I am taking cout and insertion operator, I am taking some value, that is what hi as a string, students Okay, I am going to take end L. Then in next line, see out, have a nice day. Okay, so this is what I am writing. See out, hi students, and I am using end L as a operator or as a manipulator. Okay, and in next line I have see out, have a nice day. Then how it will going to be displayed on a screen? So that is, hi students, have a nice day. So this will be the output that we are going to get. If I am not using this end L or end of the line manipulator, then we won't get the statement in the different line. It will be in the single line. Hi students, have a nice day will going to be come on the single cout statement or single output statement. For that purpose, in order to differentiate the statement to be displayed on one and another line of a statement of the output screen, we are going to use this end L manipulators. So now we'll work with this next manipulator that we have, set W. So here set W manipulator. So then when we are going to use this set W, W represents the width. So what must be the width? A space between one character to another character, or what must be the width between one word to another word, that we are going to display it on a screen. For example, hi, hello. Here it is what? There is no space between this hi and hello, but I want to give some space between this hi and hello in the output. For example, hi and hello. I want a 2 width of space, or I want 2 space between this hi and hello. For that purpose, we are going to use a manipulator called set W. Okay, so here the set W manipulator will going to set the width of the field that we are going to assign for the output. Okay, anyway we are going to use all the manipulators with the output itself. So end L, set W, set fill, these are all some of the examples for manipulator. Okay, we are going to use that manipulator with cout statement only, along with insertion operator we are going to use. So when I want to have a width, or when I want to set the width of the field that we are going to assign for the output, then we are going to use this set W manipulator. So within this parenthesis, we are going to specify the parameter. For example, set W of 5. Then it will going to give the 5 spaces between the characters or a word that we are going to represent. Okay, so it takes the size of the field in the number of character. So here we have to specify the size of this field as the parameter. We are going to send that as an argument to the function, and the output will going to be right justified. So let me show you an example. Cout set W of 6, and I have a character called R. Okay, so how it will going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and it will going to display R. Okay, so here I am taking that dash to make you understand that is a space. Okay, so in the output screen it will going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 space, and R will going to be displayed on this position. Okay, so don't consider these dots. So just make you to understand to give the space, that means to set up the width of that particular space. I'm just showing that, but in the output screen it will just going to display like this. It will be like it is a right justified. Okay, this is what the use of this set W manipulator. Then which header file are we supposed to take when we are working with manipulator? That is what? iomanip.h. iomanip.h. This is the header file that we are supposed to include when we are using that end L and this set W, set fill manipulators in our program. So this is regarding manipulators or formatting of the output. So now I will make you understand a program, how we are going to use C in and C out, how can we use cascading of the input and output operators, and also how we are going to use end L and set W in our function. So here we have a program. What is the name of a program here? Program to find the area and circumference of a circle. Okay, so we are writing one C++ program to find area and circumference of a circle. Okay, so before getting into this program, you just need to recall the structure of a C++ program. So what are the stages we came across? It must include the command, and we have a header file section. That is what we can call that as a preprocessor directives, and we also have the main function. Within that main function, we are going to write the actual part of the programming. Okay, so we'll get into the program now. So here the program to find the area and circumference of a circle. We are finding area and circumference of a circle. So now before getting into that, we have to understand. So what and all we require when we are finding this area and circumference of a circle. Okay, how we are going to find the area of a circle? What is the formula in order to find the area of a circle? So for that we require area is equal to pi r square, right? So this is the formula in order to find the area of a circle. But do we have any keyword or any keys in a keyboard like this pi? No, right? Then how we are going to write this pi in the computer language? That is, we know that the value of pi is 22/7. So when I get this, I can get it 3.14. Okay, so we can write this pi value as 3.14. And in order to write this square, r square. So for this also we don't have any keys in the keyboard. Then how we are going to write this r square in the C++ programming? We are just going to multiply it twice. That is r into r. Okay, so remember one thing, when you are multiplying, you should not take it as r into r. Okay, mathematics is different and computer science is different, but when you are writing this multiplication operations or when you are performing multiplication operation, then you have to use asterisk symbol. Okay, so don't take multiplication and you have to use asterisk symbol. Then how can I write it as a summary? Area is equal to 3.14 into r. Okay, so this is the first basic thing that you have to understand. Then how we are going to find the circumference of a circle? So for that we have 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 into 3.14 into r. This is the formula to find the circumference of a circle. So these are the basic things that you have to remember when you are working with computer programming. Okay, so then what are the inputs that I am supposed to take? I have to take radius and I have to find the area and I have to find the circumference of a circle. Okay, so totally I require 3 variables in order to write this program. Then we got to know about the calculation part. And what must I display? I have to find area and circumference of a circle. Okay, we got to know about the what input and we know about the functioning or processing or calculation part, and we know what to display. Okay, so now let me get into this program. Here, without thinking anything, you have to include 2 header files. So which are those? That is #include iostream.h, and also we have #include con.io.h or conio.h we can call. Okay, so let me make it as comments. Why I am taking double slash? So what it represents? Already we know about the comments. How we are going to write the comments in C++ programming? So we are going to use // that represents comments. So whatever I am going to write it in that comments, because this comment is in a single line. If it is having more than one line, we could have used this / and asterisk symbol. But I have only single line of comment in the first line, so that whatever we have, that is programmed to find the area and circumference of a circle, will be neglected by the compiler. That will be considered as what? Comment. So this is the comment section, and we have header file, right? So which are the 2 header files that we have here? that is hash include iostream.h, IO. So understand one thing, when you are using cin and cout in your program, we have to include iostream.h and hash include conio.h. When you are using getch function and clear screen function, then we require this conio.h. It is related to what? Output statements. Okay. So console input output. For that we are going to use this header file called conio.h, and this is a main function. What is this? This is a main function where the actual execution of a program will going to start in the main function. Okay, void is the return type and main is a function. And can we give the semicolon here? No. Why? Because we are not declaring, we are defining this function. So we are not supposed to give the semicolon in the void main always. Okay, so don't use the semicolon here. So next we have opening and closing of flower braces. Whatever we are going to write between that opening and closing of flower braces, we are going to make a comprises of as a body of a function, that is main function. Okay. So here I am declaring three variables, which are those rad, that is rad, and area and circum. So why I require three variables? Radius, RAD represent, I am taking radius value, and this area, I want to find the area and I want to find the circumference of a circle, right? For that purpose, I require these two variables, and I also require this RAD or radius as a variable. And which type of data it will going to hold? It will going to hold float. Okay. For example, if my radius value is 10, 20, 30 like this, I can use the data type called int. Right? What else if I want to use 10.30 or 10.52? At that time, I require a data type called float. Okay. So when you want to get that value, we are going to use the data type of that particular variable as float. Okay. Next we have a clear screen function. So here we have a clear screen function, that is CLR SCR parenthesis semicolon we have. So why we are going to use this clear screen function? You just imagine you want to execute some of the output in your system, but what if someone already have executed that program in their system? At that time that output will going to be stored on that output screen, but you don't want to see that output again. At that time, in order to flush that previous outputs in the output screen, we are going to use a function called clear screen. So when you are using clear screen function in your program, it is mandatory to use or include this hash include conio.h header file in your program. Okay. So what we have in the next line? Cout, enter the radius. I want to take the input. I am asking the user in the cout statement along with the insertion operator. I have double quotes, right? Why I am taking double quotes? Can we take single quote in a cout? That is big no. Why we are not supposed to take single quote in a cout statement? We can take, but when you want to represent a single character, then we are going to take single quote. But here I am taking collection of the character. I can consider that as what? Strings. Okay, so that string must be enclosed between the double quotes. So we are going to use enter the radius. Okay, and at last we are going to use semicolon. That is what it represent. This represent enter the radius semicolon. That is the termination of that line. Along with that, we can also include before that semicolon. We can also include end L. Okay, then I am going to take this. What? Semicolon. Next, we have a cin. Cin in the sense we are accepting the input from the user. So, cin extraction operator and RAD. That is radius value we have to give. So, next we know the calculation part. So, we are finding area and circumference. So, ma'am, why we are taking only CIR, CUM? Can we write it as a complete word as a circumference? Yes, you can take that as a circumference, or else you can also take that as SIR only, CIR only. Why? Because whatever you are going to declare, so that you have to use throughout the program. If I am going to take this as CIR instead of this CIR CUM, wherever I am going to use this circumference variable in my program, it has to be same all over the program. Okay, that only you have to remember. Already we discussed what are the rules we came across to write the identifier. Okay, so it has to satisfy all those conditions. How we are going to find the area of a circle? That is pi r square. So the value of pi is 3.142 into that asterisk symbol represent multiply rad into rad, that is r square. Okay, then whatever the value that we are going to give for the radius, so in output screen how it will going to display? Enter the radius, enter the radius, then cursor will going to blink here. We have to give some value to the radius. Let me consider this as 2. Okay, then it will come here 3.142 into what is the radius value that we have stored? That is 2. So 3.142 into 2 into 2. Okay, so whatever the calculation part that we are going to get, that will going to be copied to this area variable. And we have one more calculation, that is circumference. CIR CUM is equal to, how we are going to find the circumference of a circle? That is 2 pi r. 2 into pi is 3.142 into r value, whatever that we are going to give it as a input, that will be calculated, and this all the calculation function will going to be stored in a circum variable. So now I have to display. So for that we have Cout area of a circle is equal to, where this area of a circle value has been stored, that is stored in the variable called area. So I am taking that value. Getting? So here whether we are going to write a variable name in a Cout without using double quotes. If I am using this variable name with double quotes, that is different. Okay, so let me tell you. So Cout area, I am writing it in within the double quotes. If I am writing it in the double quotes, then it will going to be displayed as it is in the statement. As a statement it will going to be displayed. But if I am using a same variable name in the Cout without double quotes, then it will going to hold the value of that particular variable. For this constant 2 into 2 4, 4 into 3 point something like that, it will be like 6.152. So just an assumption. Okay, so like that it will going to display. So whether you are taking a name of a variable as a statement or as a value, that you have to be very conscious here. So area of a circle. So here we are again using this insertion operator, that what we are doing? We are doing the cascading of the output. Okay, so cascading of the output, area of a circle, area, and I am taking end L, that is end of a line. So in another Cout statement, circumference of a circle, where the value of this circumference has been stored, that is in this variable called CIR CUM. So that I am calling that variable name, whatever the value has been stored in that CIR CUM, that will going to be displayed, and we are going to use end L statement and semicolon. Okay, when we are using this end L in our program, it is mandatory to have hash include iomanip.h, hash include iomanip.h. Okay, if you are doing some manipulation, so at that time we have going to take this end L or set W based on the program convenience. And what if I want to see all the output and input in my output screen? Then it is mandatory to have this getCH function. If you are using this getCH function, then it is mandatory to have this conio.h header file in your program. And this closing of flower braces indicates closing of this main function. Okay, so this is just a program to make you understand how we are going to take the header files and what is comment section, and when the program execution will going to be start, and how we are going to declare the variables and which is of the data type and what are the functions we have. And also along with that we are going to discuss Cout and Cin statement. If you are using Cout and Cin statement, then it is mandatory to include include iostream.h header file in your program, and along with that we are going to do the calculation part that needs to be displayed on the screen as an output. For that we are going to use the cascading of output. We are going to have more than one Cout statement in a single Cout statement. We are going to use insertion operator more than once in a single Cout statement. Then we are going to call that as cascading of the output. For that we are going to use this operators, and we are going to use this end L manipulators. So that what will be the output for this program now? Let me erase this one to make you understand how the program will going to be look like. So what will be the output for this one? Consider this as a output screen. Okay. What we have in this first Cout statement, that is enter the radius. Enter the radius. Cursor will going to blink here and we have to give the value of radius. Next Cout statement, area of a circle. Okay. So area of circle is equal to, there we have is equal to, so that area of circle. Next we have circumference of circle. Circumference of circle is equal to. So this will be the output for this program. I hope you all understood with today's session. In today's session, we learned about manipulators along with a programming example. And also we are done with our 9th chapter, that is input and output operators. So let me meet you in the next session with new chapter. Until that, keep learning, keep on growing. Thank you very much.